and get this straight.
Let me get this straight. You would put out such a one-sided story and then not allow anybody to duet or stitch? Why? You just want to make it more difficult because you know people are busy? Lucky for you, I got 5 weeks off. I'm ready to critically think about the video you just put out, the one-sided story propaganda. Are you even Canadian? And just in case you're wondering, who the fuck is this bitch? A proud, privileged queer teacher, grew up blue collar, went to school in Ottawa, went to school in BC, traveled the world, worked with international curriculum, BC, Alberta, Ontario, New York, UK, Australia. So yeah, critical thinking, pretty good at. So let's go through it together, shall we?
Alberta has decided that they no longer want to be part of Canada.
Alberta has not decided. Some UCP people have been going around telling people a bunch of misinformation, and other Alberta separatist people have also been giving a lot of false information. And I would know because I watched the 3-hour Calgary convention. I also made a YouTube video about it, so you can find all of that through the links in my website. Let's keep going, shall we? Because not all of Alberta has decided, let's be real.
And everybody else in the country seems to have a big opinion about it.
Everyone should, right? That's democracy, right? So maybe you should listen to the majority, which seems to say we're Canadian. We want to stay together. A lot of us have been catching up on our reading over the past 10, 20 years, post-COVID. We didn't just all sit around and get brainwashed. Some of us picked up some books. Anyways, let's keep going.
When Quebec tried to do this in 1995, busloads of us from Western Canada went out there and please don't leave us. Stay with us. We're a country.
So a couple things. Do you know that Quebec is a distinct society in the law? Do you know that it's because they were the French people? Because they didn't want to do what the Trump-a-rooney English people were doing? Go learn a little bit of history. Also, good job on not separating your country. That's good. Why are you shitting on those of us who are also still saying, hey, Alberta, stay. Hey, Alberta, don't do that. Hey, Alberta, this isn't real. Hey, Alberta, we need to stay together. Why aren't you bringing that part up? There's a bunch of us out here. Hello?
What are they doing to Alberta right now? It's hilarious. You're calling us traitors. You're calling us Satan worshippers. We're the devil. We're a bunch of redneck hicks that don't have any education, blah, 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 blah. Why?
If it's not true, why is it so bothersome to you? Why don't you just go do the research and figure out why they would call you that? There are a lot of pockets of little Satan worshippers and this, that, and the other thing, and there are a lot of labels being thrown around left, right, and center. God, I have rainbow hair. You can only imagine the labels I get over here. You know what's crazy, though? Never had that experience anywhere else in the world other than North America. And I can't believe it's happening in Canada now because never had a problem before. Suddenly, post-COVID, everybody's a fucking bully and a meanie and scared and this and that and the other thing. Did you ever think that maybe COVID traumatized you and now you can't really see clearly? Just saying, you need to look at all sides of the story.
Why is it? What is the difference? I don't see anyone coming out here begging us to stay either.
You don't? Are you blind? You're obviously not trying. You're not even trying to look at the other side of the story because so many people do not want to separate and are asking Albertans who are being brainwashed to stop. I have literally gone to separatist signings to talk to people, to ask questions, to have an actual dialogue. And the brainwash is real. Again, I've looked at the videos, I've watched the conventions, I've talked to the people, I've looked at all sides of the story because I'm so culture shocked I can't believe what's happening in Canada right now. It's mind-blowing.
You're just making fun of the people who actually want to leave.
Firstly, I'm sorry that we make fun of you. We shouldn't, you're right. It's kind of encultured in us. We need to change the culture, right? I agree, so I'm sorry. I also called one of the ladies a terrorist when I first met her. One of those ones that got their bank accounts cut. That was my nervous system going up real quick, right? So, but I did apologize. I apologized when I left and I said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, that was wrong. And we live and we learn, okay? We don't make a separation. I mean, that's why the divorce rate is so high over here, right? So if you want to leave, what's holding you back? I mean, I left, I went to China, I made a bunch of money, I paid all my student loans, like over 100 grand. Saved a bunch of money, got another 6, 7 digits in the bank, then came back home. Look at me now, living my best life. Thank you, China. I mean, we're all trying to make a dollar, right? We're all trying to figure out the path. Did you ever think that maybe we should like work more collaboratively instead of shitting on each other all the time and only giving one-sided stories?
What's the difference? Follow the money. Money is basically flowing out of Alberta to the east all the time, and nobody seems to give a shit if any of it comes back to us.
Come on, you know that's not true. You know that it's the way that the budget is being spent and the lack of quality assurance. You know money is flowing back and forth. Go actually look at the information, not what your convention is showing you, because your convention has infographics that are way outdated. Again, it's all very planted, one side of the story. I mean, you want us to do all the work for you? Do you ever watch the legislature building? Do you ever watch the House of Commons? The other side of the story is presented, and all sides of the story are presented. And you should do some critical thinking. Again, take parts of all sides. Oh my God. And if you just want to be like a Trump-a-rooney capitalist, just go down there then. That's not our way up in Canada. Stop making it so difficult for those who want to be peaceful, honestly.
We've had enough. Period. Full stop.
Sorry, this one's a little bit below the belt, but maybe also a little comedic relief. Period? Full stop? Would have worked better if you actually full stopped. You know? Remember? Periods, full stops, you learn that in elementary school.
We're sick and tired of supporting the rest of this goddamn country.
I mean, I'd be sick of it too if that was the case, but is it? You think it's only Alberta that works hard to make money for the country? Everybody is working hard to try to survive in their own way in this fucking country. You need to look at all the pieces of the puzzle, all sides of the story, not just your white, privileged, conservative point of view.
Getting nothing in return.
You realize the things that we're not getting in return is because the provincial budgeting is not working, which is your provincial Trump-a-roonies over here, UCP. Yeah, they're really looking out for everybody.
Seems like a pretty simple thought process, don't you think?
Almost too simple, don't you think? You should go and research a little bit more.
The provinces that are in the West that have the most to give.
The provinces in the West who have the most to give? Are you just literally dividing? BC loves being part of Canada. BC loves the Indigenous people and the land and the waters and wants to think about 7 generations. Let's not get it twisted. You need to stop with your divisive politic bullshit because most people do not want this. Let's be real.
You probably should get on your knees and start begging us to stay.
I'm sorry, get on my knees and beg you to stay? Is that what you do to your husband? To keep your family together? Get on your knees and beg him to stay? Because if that's the case, you should leave. There's lots of support out there. You can be a strong, independent woman too. Just saying. Wink if you need some help or something, okay? Because it's 2026. We don't need to suck dick to get what we want anymore. We get to come to the table when we're in good faith and doing what's right for, the 7 generations to come and shit, not just ourselves. Whew, no wonder you're so angry. Girl, 2026, no more sucking dick to get what you want. Girl power!
If you haven't seen yet, there are plenty of signing locations coming up, and I will keep posting them in my stories every single day as I get them. Enough is enough.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. You ask them a question and they're just kind of going in blind faith. Yeah, again, I made all sorts of videos on YouTube about one-sided stories and critical thinking and whatnot because, you wouldn't want Canada to just break up. You wouldn't want us to just throw the whole baby out with the bathwater, would you? We've been working really hard to not be shithead Trump-a-roonies up here. So let's make sure we keep going in the right direction instead of falling backwards from fear and fake news and all that garbage, Also, that video took me a long time to make, so if you could push it into the algorithm, that would be great. I'm gonna have to go back to my 40-hour-a-week job because my vacation is coming up to an end, but I would love to keep educating everybody as much as possible and showing them how to critically think so that we don't become Trumperoonies. Okay, ciao for now.